hear you loud and clear.
Thank you very much for coming to our community. Very much appreciated. I rise to address an issue that's not getting any public attention, and it's of crucial importance to anyone who lives, works, or commutes near our nation's railroad right-of-ways. 1 a.m. June 2013, a 74-car unattended tank train loaded with bacon crude oil careened down a 1.2% grade in the town of Lac-Mégantic, Canada, at a speed that caused it to derail on a curve in the center of town, where the cars ruptured and exploded, incinerating 47 unsuspecting souls at a local watering hole. In March 2016, the U.S. Federal Railroad Administration published a notice of proposed rulemaking in the Federal Register requiring 2 men on all U.S. trains and inviting public comment. Over 1,600 public comments were received. In the absence of federal action, concerned state legislators continued passing state two-man laws. With a change in administration in Washington, the FRA in May 2019 withdrew their notice of proposed rulemaking requiring 2 men on two-man crews, and remarkably preempted states from making or enforcing their own laws in the absence of other federal action. States are expected to sue. Too many governmental watchdogs charged with regulating corporate industry become political lapdogs for the very industries they are charged with regulating. What will you do to assure this practice stops?
Yeah. Thank you for being here. This is why we hold town hall meetings. It's rare that this issue comes up. In fact, I've held about 170 different town hall meetings over the last 3 months, and I believe this is the first time it has come up. And so not only are you making me smarter on this issue, but everyone who's listening and watching understands the consequences of current policy and practice, and the fact that you're right, our institutions, including our regulators, are corrupted and captured by special interests, corporations, and those who can purchase the policy that we see, even when it is at odds with the public health and our safety. So yes, I support staffing those crews so that we have safety both for those who are on those trains and for the communities through which those trains pass. And I'll just note that your colleagues in El Paso, Texas, another great rail and train town, have been very vocal on this. And so when I was a member of Congress, this came up a lot. I was actually a co-sponsor on federal legislation to do exactly what you just described. But when you describe the disconnect between what's good for us and what we're actually doing, between the fact that you and I, as federal taxpayers, pay for the investment in the innovation and research to come up with medications and cures that are sold back to us at the highest rates on the face of the planet, and that we will not allow Medicare to use its leverage and purchasing power to bring down the costs of those medications, and we allow internet service providers to sell your private web browsing data without your consent or your permission. If you follow the money, those who should be regulated, in this case the railroad industry, able to buy their bottom line over our safety, you understand why getting our democracy back and repairing this and getting PACs completely out of the equation is so essential. So you've got my support on the policy, but perhaps most importantly, you've got my support to fix the democracy so that we can actually implement this and get this to work. Thank you for being here.